In this video we are going to talk about top 10 anime movies. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. There is a generation that is ignited by a connection to every anime. With new anime being produced, the genre, which has been around since the early 1970s, has continued to draw viewers and devoted fans. The anime produced 10, 20, or even 30 years ago are still incredible today, even though the most recent anime still serve a great purpose in leaving viewers wanting more. There is a generation that is ignited by a connection to every anime. With fresh anime being made, the genre, which has been there since the early 1970s, has continued to draw viewers and devoted enthusiasts. The anime produced 10, 20, or even 30 years ago are still fantastic now, even though the most recent anime still serve a great function in leaving viewers wanting more. Number 10. YuGiOh. Duel Monsters. Due to YuGiOh dominance, yes, in 2005 and later, if you didn't play the original trading card game or knew someone who did, you most likely didn't exist. Aside from the card game and its numerous sequel series that were released after the original tale, YuGiOh maintains the same powerful impact of the young boy becoming exceptionally skilled at card games after being possessed by an ancient pharaoh. The 1998 film story revolves around a young boy named YuGiOh who solves the venerable Millennium Puzzle. The pharaoh, Yugi's gambling alter ego, emerges from his body and uses different games to resolve his conflicts. Fans of the original Japanese release as well as the English dubbed release can both enjoy this series. Given how much the English dub has contributed to the discussion surrounding English language translations, generally something you rarely see in many anime that fans prefer watching the English sub versions instead, the English dub is probably a little more popular. Because YuGiOh was so fantastic, it inspired follow-ups, spin-offs, and a huge trading card game that is still played today. Other successors simply cannot make that claim, and no matter how hard they try, they will never be able to escape the shadow cast by that gloriously spiky hairstyle. You'll thoroughly love YuGiOh. From the moment Exodia enters the battlefield until the very last goodbye, if you remember the card game. Time to watch and time to duel. Number 9. One Punch Man. Ah, yes. Single Punch Man. Although there isn't a precise explanation for this show, there is a lot to be said about it. The animation was made by a person only known as One and produced by Madhouse and JC Staff. It gained an instantaneous global cult following. The narrative follows the exploits of Saitama, a bald, unassuming man who, after failing to land a regular job, chooses to pursue his childhood dream of becoming a superhero just like any other person. Saitama learns that, after 3 years of hard training, he has grown incredibly powerful and can destroy any foe with a single blow, which makes him dissatisfied with the lack of challenge his foes present. It's important to note that One Punch Man is both an action movie and a satirical comedy. However, the supporting cast is far from a one-man show and is as diverse, vibrant, and bonkers as one could hope for. Number 8. My Hero Academia. As with reading a book before viewing a movie or TV show, anime and manga experts typically advise reading the manga before watching the anime. The anime version of My Hero Academia, which can be watched without having read the manga, slaps that lesson in the face. Izuku Midoriya, a boy who was born in a world without superpowers but still harbors aspirations of becoming a hero, is the protagonist of the story. His potential is noticed by All Might, Japan's greatest hero, who shares his strength with Midoriya after realizing it. All Might also assists in getting Midoriya accepted into a famous high school for aspiring heroes. Midoriya emerges as a fan favorite since he is clearly the underdog among his peers and is seen as likable and relatable. Similar to how the rest of the characters are complex and individually interesting in their own right, the show has a vibrant ensemble that is both diverse and beautifully rendered. It should not be surprising that the team behind Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, has once again outdone itself given the reputation of the company Bones. Number 7. Cowboy Bebop. On paper, Cowboy Bebop appears to be a wild sci-fi western series created by John Wayne and George Lucas. Bebop, which takes place in the year 2071, depicts a dystopian future in which the construction of a Stargate has irreparably harmed Earth, forcing people to leave the planet and establish colonies elsewhere in the solar system. The end consequence is a universe where there is no law, where crime lords rule, and where police pay bounty hunters to do part of the dirty work. In the end, the play incorporates so many references to other well-known works and inspirations that it is practically impossible to keep up. To you, that is Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, while spans a variety of genres, leans most heavily on sci-fi, western, and noir, and frequently explores themes such as adult existential malaise, loneliness, and the challenges of trying to flee one's past. Number 6. Bleach. What results from the union of samurai and ghosts? It is a fantastic anime, comparable to Bleach, and it does not let down those who saw it when they were younger. Bleach is an anime that is based on Tite Kubo's manga of the same name. It follows Ichigo Kurosaki's exploits after he gains the abilities of a Soul Reaper, a death personification akin to the Grim Reaper, from Rukia Kuchiki. Because of his newly discovered abilities, Ichigo is now responsible for protecting people from evil spirits and leading the souls of the deceased to the hereafter. With recurrent appearances and scenarios including these original characters, the anime adaptation contains original storylines not present in the book. This supernatural anime, which opens up a whole new world, is still in the middle of its much-anticipated conclusion, the 1,000-Year Blood War, which will also have an anime adaptation from the manga. Number 5. Dragon Ball Z. This anime is the follow-up to Dragon Ball from 1986, a series that appeals to viewers of all ages. Whether it's the name itself, Goku, or the science, Dragon Ball Z is an anime that everyone should be familiar with. In fact, it's one of the best anime ever made. Dragon Ball Z, created by Toei Animation and written by Akira Toriyama, follows the exploits of Goku and his friends from the prequel series as they protect Earth from bad guys like Majin Buu, androids like Cell, and aliens like Frieza. Dragon Ball Z is a continuation of Goku's adult life in this hard action anime while also paralleling the life of his kid, Gohan, and the growth of his foe Vegeta. The original anime followed Goku from boyhood through early adulthood and had its amusing moments. Number 4. Attack on Titan. If viewing something post-apocalyptic is tattooed on your forehead, then Attack on Titan is the program for you. The series, which is an action-packed, dark fantasy, post-apocalyptic anime based on the same-named manga series written and illustrated by Hajime Isayama, will have you gripped with fear from start to finish. The story follows Eren Yeager, who swears to retake the world after a Titan causes the destruction of his hometown and the death of his mother. The story is set in a world where humanity lives in cities surrounded by enormous walls that protect them from enormous man-eating humanoids known as Titans. Eren and his friends join the Scout Regiment, an elite group of soldiers who battle the Titans, with the goal of exacting revenge on the formidable adversaries and taking back the world from the Titans. Number 3. Naruto. You must have heard the phrase "I'm going to be Hokage one day," believe it, if you enjoy anime. If not, a warm welcome to the Naruto universe. They are the phrases that the shinobi frequently uses. An iconic anime figure from one of the most watched anime shows in the world is Naruto Uzumaki. Masashi Kishimoto's Japanese manga series Naruto was first published in Japan, and in 2002 it underwent an anime adaptation. The show centers on the exploits of Naruto Uzumaki, a teenage member of the Hidden Leaf Village's ninja community who aspires to be respected by his peers and elevated to the position of village Hokage, the strongest ninja and head of the community. 220 episodes were created by the amazing team at Madman Entertainment to keep you on the edge of your seat at all times. Number 2. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is unquestionably one of the best anime series ever made and truly stands out from the rest of the anime that has ever been produced. Brotherhood, which is a page-by-page adaptation of the manga, takes place in an universe where alchemy, the science that predominates, is used to change one item into another by employing symbols in a process known as transmutation circles. The television show centers on two Elric brothers, Edward and Alphonse, who attempt to break a grave taboo by using alchemy to bring their mother back from the dead in the fictional nation of Amestris. Alphonse loses his entire body, sealing his soul behind a set of armor, while Edward loses his right arm and left leg. The narrative follows their journey as they make an effort to use the fabled Philosopher's Stone to restore their bodies to normality. Along the way, they come across strange beings known as homunculi and discover startling information about the fundamentals of alchemy in Amestris. The anime as a whole is fantastic. Number 1. Death Note. What would you write in a notebook if you were given one that could instantly murder everybody in the world the moment you scribbled their name in it? We sincerely hope that no one will answer this and that you will simply discard the book, but that is the basic concept of Death Note. The narrative centers on Light Yagami, a young genius who discovers the enigmatic Death Note, which belongs to the Shinigami Ryuk and gives its owner the extraordinary power to assassinate anybody whose name is written in its pages. Using the alias of a godlike vigilante named Kira, Light attempts to use the Death Note to carry out a global purge of people he considers morally unworthy of life in order to create a utopian society devoid of crime. The series then follows the efforts of an elite task force of law enforcement officers made up of members of the Japanese police force, led by L, an enigmatic international figure. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.